Right now, it is happening in the House of Representatives. The Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 is moments away from passing. This is also called the next reconciliation bill. I have all the details and where we currently stand as of right now, right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, I want to bring you the latest updates as far as where we currently stand on the Inflation Reduction Act, as the House of Representatives is in session right here, right now as we speak, and they are working on passing this next reconciliation bill. So as I mentioned in previous videos throughout the week, I wanted to keep you updated on what would be going on today as they are talking about it, and they are working their way through the debate process, and then of course the final votes will be coming in literally in a matter of just minutes. So let's get into it and discuss all of these details. So earlier today they actually held a procedural vote on this bill, and it actually did pass through 219 over 208. Therefore, they opened up the bill for debate, 3 hours worth of debate on this thing, equally divided between Republicans and Democrats, and then after that, they were going to go into the final voting phase of this next bill. Now remember, this is the bill that was actually passed through the Senate on Sunday, so just a few days ago, and there it passed 51 to 50. So yes, it barely snuck by there with just one vote in the Senate, but since this is a reconciliation bill, they can do that. They can just get a simple majority in the Senate versus generally the 60 votes that they usually need in the Senate to get most pieces of the legislation through. So as a result of that, it is in the House of Representatives right now. So let me bring you some more details on this and where we currently stand with the bill and what we can actually anticipate going forward. So literally as we speak here, they are in session talking about this, and the final votes will be coming in on this bill relatively quickly here. Now, of course, it does look like this bill probably will pass, probably no problem whatsoever. However, I have been reading a little bit of information about this today, and some people are speculating that maybe some of the progressives might hold out on this bill. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think that's going to happen. I think everybody is going to vote for this thing on the Democratic side, and it'll be a pass with no problem at all. Just like I've said before, the House of Representatives is virtually just a big old rubber stamp, right? Get it all lubed up and then slam it down on the paper and boom, you're done, and that's it, right? You get a big old pass, right? So that's basically what happens with the House of Representatives for the most part. They just pretty much pass anything that comes to them because I think they're just excited to vote, right? Well, that's what it's coming down to in the House of Representatives as of right now. So here's what else is interesting, a quick little side note on this. So as of right now, let me just quickly ask you this much. Do you think that we are still in a public health emergency right now because of COVID? I'm just asking you. Again, I'm not going to throw my opinions in here. I'm just curious because this is what's interesting about it. So in the House of Representatives, unlike the Senate, in the Senate, they must be there in person in the chamber to actually vote in the Senate. However, the House of Representatives has this cool little thing they call proxy voting. Basically what that means is as a result of the public health emergency that is currently in place right now because of COVID, about 35% of the representatives are actually voting remotely right now. So they're sitting at home, kicked back on the couch, eating some Cheetos, pounding some pop, and wearing their pajamas, and they're sitting here voting on this bill, right? $433 billion is what this thing is going to cost, and it's generating about $739 billion of revenues. So yeah, that's what they're doing right now. So 35%. In fact, as of yesterday, 152 people, as in representatives, had actually already filed to actually vote remotely as a result of this public health emergency in place because of COVID. So I don't know. I just thought it was kind of interesting. I thought, aren't like most of the COVID restrictions like pretty much gone by now? But again, they are exercising this right now. In other words, they just didn't want to jump on a plane and fly all the way across the country and go sit in there and vote for 2 hours or whatever, and then jump back on a plane and go back home. So basically they just said, you know what, I'm going to stay home this weekend, or, today anyway. I'm going to stay home. I'm not going to go in there, and I'm just going to, chow down at home and pound some, sugar drinks and vote from home. So that's basically what they're doing right now. Anyway, so that is what's going on as of right now. Now, like I said, they are going to be holding the final vote on this bill today. Like literally, they could be doing it as I speak right now. So again, I wanted to get this video out to you as quickly as possible because I wanted to bring up to speed, as I've been saying throughout the week, and as we've been watching this bill progress through Congress, I've been telling you, I'll continue to keep you posted here. And the House of Representatives was back just a few hours ago, honestly. They've been in session for a little while now. They held that procedural vote a short time ago, 219 over 208, to continue on and open up this debate, or this bill for debate, which they've done. 3 hours worth of debate, evenly divided between both parties, and then of course they're going to go into the final vote. So Of course, I will keep you posted as we get further details, but I think for the most part, this is going to be pretty much a slam dunk on this thing. I can't foresee any reason why this bill would not pass. They can even lose a couple votes if they want to on the Democratic side, and it would not matter one bit at all because they have a little bit of a majority there. So therefore, it doesn't really matter. They can even lose a few votes, but honestly, they're not going to. So this is the deal. This is the bill that they've been waiting for a very long time. And again, this is the very much slimmed down version of the Build Back Better agenda. Now remember, last year, basically from April through December, or up until just about Christmas time, they were working on the Build Back Better agenda. Remember that one? Started out at $6.1 trillion. Then it was whittled down to $3.5 trillion. Then it was cut in half again to $1.75 trillion. And now here we are, about 8-9 months later, sitting here right now, and we're working on a $433 billion bill. So, wow, $6.1 trillion down to $433 billion, right? That's a little bit of a whacking right there, right? When it comes down on the price. But anyway, this is what they've got right now. They're pretty excited about this thing. And yeah, this is what they're doing right now. One more quick side note that I want to tell to you as well really quickly on this bill. Now, I have been reading some more information on this thing as well today. And I've seen a number of headlines coming out saying that this bill is actually going to be a game changer when it comes to seniors and prescription prices, going forward. So this is about one of the best things out of this bill. And again, I'm not taking political sides here with any of this. I'm just simply telling you, there's not much in the bill for the people. However, there is a little bit in there for seniors and or Medicare beneficiaries, and that is the $2,000 max out-of-pocket on prescription items. Well, that's actually pretty good. However, $2,000 is still a lot to come out of pocket, but it's certainly better than $3,000 or $4,000 or $10,000 or even more than that. There are some pharmacy and prescription items out there that are very, very expensive. And again, $2,000 for some people is a lot. Don't get me wrong, $2,000 is a lot of money for anybody. But what I'm saying is some people will maybe get, say, $500 worth of prescriptions in the course of the year. Maybe some people get generally $3,000 or $4,000 worth of prescriptions in the course of a year. That is not unheard of. I've seen it with my own very eyes as I used to work in a pharmacy for a few years back in the day. I worked in a pharmacy and I witnessed all this stuff firsthand as I was there behind the counter dispensing these prescriptions, and I saw it all the time. People would come up to the counter and say, hey, my name is Johnson is my last name, whatever, I'm just making up a name. And they would say, I'm picking up my prescriptions here, and I'd grab it, look at the price, and it's like, whoa, $580 this week. Whoa, seriously, that's a lot, right? So a lot of times, I can't tell you how many times I've seen people stand there at the pharmacy counter crying, saying, I don't know what I'm going to do. I need this. I can't pay for it. I can't afford it. I don't know what to do. So, been there, done that. I've seen this with my own very eyes. I've witnessed this years and years ago when I worked in a pharmacy. Super sad situation. So, and I remember at the end of the year as well, as the year used to turn over, I remember getting all the calls from the patients in the pharmacy that would call in and say, hey, can you print out how much I spent on my prescriptions last year? Because they could write it off if the amount was up to so much or if it was a percentage of their income. So, there were a lot of patients that would call in and say, hey, give me a printout because I'm going to write this thing off because they had such high prescription items. Long story short is that even this $2,000 out-of-pocket cap will be pretty nice for some people. And again, it's not going to apply to everybody because, some people maybe don't spend $2,000 or more per year on their prescriptions. But for those people that do or spend even more than that, this is going to be a pretty nice thing, right? So anyway, as I dig into this bill a little bit further and find more details or any other little golden nuggets within it, of course, I'll be right here for you. But anyway, just a really quick one here for you. I wanted to bring you the latest updates, where we currently stand on this bill, what the House of Representatives is doing, where they're currently standing right now with their votes, their debates, and everything going on. And again, I'll be back a little bit later with another update on this as we finally get the official information that it's passed. And then, of course, as far as the signing goes from the president, honestly, I'm not really sure when he's going to sign it. He's sitting on the beach right now. So whenever he does that, comes back from that. So again, when I get more details on when the president will sign it, honestly, it'll probably be who knows when. next week, maybe? I'm not really sure. Honestly, I don't really know when the president would sign this thing. So, as I do get the details on that and further information on when the president may sign, as in when it'll officially be brought into law, then of course I will bring those details to you as well. So, anyway, hope this quick update helps you out. And again, as I find more information on anything going on right now and how it's going to pertain to you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, and anything like that, of course, I'll bring you that information. Again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and more importantly, go back and check out some of the other thousands and thousands of videos right here on the channel. Until next time, thanks so much for joining me. Have a good one, enjoy your day, and I will catch you again later in the